What's up, everybody? How's it going? It's my first ever YouTube video. As you guys can probably tell, nothing fancy at all here. No pre-production stuff, no fancy cameras, fancy microphones. Just a guy that has been wanting to do this for a while. And today something just clicked, and I figured, you know what, I'm gonna start this YouTube channel. So, as an introduction, my name is Mark. My go by Marky Sports is because really all I really have a passion for, sadly, is talking about sports. I'm a Denver native, a huge fan of all Denver sports, but really sports in general. And we'll have this channel be a big focus on NFL content, fantasy football content's going to be huge. Some NBA. I'll definitely talk about my Nuggets and some NHL hockey stuff as well. So we'll really mix it up, and we got to start somewhere. So today's the day, that the Broncos made a decision to cut Justin Simmons. They've released him. Seems like Broncos country is up in shambles. They're losing their minds over this, which I understand because I am a big Justin Simmons fan. I think he's a phenomenal player. I think he's an even better person. He's always come off to be a really, really good leader. And unfortunately for him, he just hasn't really been able to sniff winning. He's never played in a postseason game, which really sucks. But this move is absolutely 100% the right move to make. And there's several more of these types of moves that we need to make because really from 2017 to 2019, the Broncos leadership at the time completely set this franchise back years upon years. They refused to embrace rebuilding a roster the right way. They kept thinking that they could just put band-aids and spend money to fix some pretty big issues and big holes that they had on the roster. And they've never really been able to embrace that. And finally, it seems like they have some sort of a vision. They have a direction in which they want to go in. And what happened? Everybody's losing their mind. So it makes no sense to me. The Broncos sucked last year. They were an anomaly. The eight wins that they had was a complete anomaly. It was not sustainable. The worst thing that they could have done is actually win those several games in the middle of the season and get back into contention. It was fun because we were talking and thinking about playoffs, but you should have always known, and I said it repeatedly to my friends and a bunch of people that I've spoken with. If you do not make the playoffs, winning these games is the worst thing that can happen to the team because now you've got an average draft pick. You don't have any ammo to be able to move up and make any big moves. If you do, you better get it right because if you don't, you're going to add another year to the rebuild. And so it makes rebuilding a little bit more challenging. But the best ways that we can do is get all of these aging veterans that are very, very expensive, that are taking up a lot of money off our team and bringing in fresh blood, young talent, rebuilding a new culture. And this is step one of many. I think you can expect Cortland Sutton to be traded for sure. If they can't really find a trade partner, then they'll do something with his contract. They might even outright release him. I expect the same thing with Jerry Jeudy. Bowles, I would definitely be a big proponent of keeping, extending. That's a position where you want to have some stability at, especially with the lack of picks. Now, if you're getting a second round pick for him, we can have a different debate. And there's going to be a lot of other guys gone too, and that's really the right move. That's the right thing to do. I can compare us kind of being a little bit like the Buffalo Bills were a few years back when they had Tyrod Taylor, made the playoffs, drafted Josh Allen, won like 6-7 games, but then they ultimately took huge leaps forward. Same thing with the Detroit Lions a few years ago. They built through the draft. They really just embraced it. They had a great season last year where they came back, almost made the playoffs, or in 2022, and then this year in 2023 they end up making a playoff run, and you can make the debate that they should have been playing in the Super Bowl. So you've got to do it. You've got to do it the right way. It's gonna take a lot of patience, but I don't get it because we've sucked for so long. Regardless of what we did this offseason, we weren't gonna be a Super Bowl contender anyways. So you might as well just embrace the suck, rip the Band-Aid off, and try to get younger and try to redo this whole roster. If you guys follow me on Marky_sports on Twitter, you'll see my pinned tweet talked about the fastest way for the Broncos to come back to relevancy. And it starts with moves like this, but mainly shopping somebody like Patrick Surtain. Some people lose their collective minds over it. I don't understand why. He's a phenomenal player. He's absolutely elite, but he plays a position in cornerback that is a luxury to teams that are not good. And if you're able to get 2 first-round picks and a second for him, maybe some people are saying 3 first-round picks. I don't know what it is. Shop the market, and you could turn that around, and you can get potentially your quarterback of the future, a huge offensive or defensive playmaker. Some fill in some key positions with some young, cheap, and very, very talented players. 100% sign me up for that. Now, I don't think that they will do that because that's going to be a hard sell in this political PR game that the NFL and ownership likes to play. But this is the right move. This is the best way to do it. It's going to suck. There's going to be a lot of things that surprise us during this offseason, but it's definitely going to suck. And next year is going to be very intriguing, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing the team because there's going to be a lot of development and growth that's going to be kind of fueling the reason that you're watching. You're not really going to be going into a lot of games, at least as it stands right now. You're not going to be going into the season expecting to win all of these games, but you're going to want to see baby steps. And I think 95% of Broncos country would agree that a team with Sam Darnold that ends up making the playoffs is going to be still significantly less exciting than a team with let's say JJ McCarthy or Bo Nix that goes 7-10, 6-11, but he looks really, really good and looks like he can be our genuine franchise quarterback moving forward. So sign me up for option B. Anyways, not sure how many people are going to be watching this video, but I'm really happy to have gotten a start, and I appreciate those of you who have watched it. And hopefully we can make this a thing consistently moving forward. I appreciate you all and hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you all later. See ya.